Hi, I'm Wendy, owner of Honey Bear Bath Co. This is my good friend Anne Marie. We connected over our passion for wellness. And what I'd like to do right now is to bring you just a little education on essential oils. There's a bunch of really great companies out there, but I wanted to highlight cost and let you know some of my preferences.
Awesome. Can't wait.
Awesome. So here you go. Here's a list you can take a peek at with two of the top companies in Melaleuca. I personally prefer Melaleuca. I use Melaleuca products, essential oils in all of my bath bombs and skincare products. The reason is because the cost. I'll flat out tell you the cost and the fact that they're pure and that I can see exactly where they are getting these oils from around the world. And I really like that transparency, especially having an autoimmune and autoinflammatory disease. I need to be very careful what I'm breathing in and the toxins that I'm putting in my environment. Melaleuca checks all the boxes for me. So the
Yes.
highlight price, yeah.
Yeah, I just was looking at this. So Bergamot, 1850
Mhm.
at Melaleuca,
Yep,
35 at doTERRA.
yep.
Um, what are they at? 28 at Young Living. And what are some of your other favorites? I
Yeah.
know you said you love
Okay.
frankincense, right?
Oh, frankincense is phenomenal. And that is actually an essential oil that is on the endangered list at the moment. Because you can Google and search that. We won't get into that right now, but frankincense is one of my favorites. It's used for inflammation. It smells phenomenal. I'll use for a lot of other good things. You see frankincense, if you go down the list, there's the lavender comparison. Most people love lavender, use that in lots of things. 14.25 compared to 23 and 25.25. Lemon, an everyday one for 7.25. Neroli is a beautiful one, very rare. I absolutely love that one. The list goes on, just so that you are aware. We do actually have Armor, which smells phenomenal to me. And that's the equivalent of On Guard. You can kind of peek at the rest of the list yourself. My other favorite would be Vapor, and that would be to help you breathe. It's a tremendous blend. That's quite unique, but it's phenomenal.
I love that. You know, it's interesting that you did say, I love that you talked a little bit about the sourcing. I love the fact that the oils at Melaleuca are all fair trade. I think that that's super important to understand. I don't think most people
Mm.
realize that taking care through the harvesting practice is super important. So I'm so glad that you pointed that out. You know what I'd love you to do is I also think that people are a little misled on how essential oils are supposed to be used. So
Okay.
I know, like, so diffusing them is one way, and obviously going through a carrier oil is another. But explain maybe a little bit about that so people understand.
Okay. Well, essential oils are used in a few ways, but the one way I really enjoy using them is for aromatherapy. So specific scents and specific ones kind of relate to different ailments that you might have. So let's say with the frankincense, that's really good for inflammation. So I might use frankincense in my lotion. Um, and start using that on my hands or whatnot, which I use the Renew from Melaleuca, and I can put some, essential oil in there, and you can talk about the Renew, Anne Marie. You can also use it as in a diffuser in your room. I personally would not, I'm not a doctor, don't claim to be, but I would not ingest any. I have heard of that. You can actually use it in different things like if you're making your own chapsticks or lotions and things
Sure.
like that, but there's a certain diffusion level that percentage that you have to be aware of and stick to
I'm
be
so
safe.
glad that you said that. So I love the fact that you're talking about, you know, mind, like, so scents are such an important part, right, of feeling well. And it's some of that is they just bring you home, right? Like lavender
Yeah.
may make you feel like, you know, you're going to bed, or, you know, peppermint may remind you of the holidays or whatever. I mean, scents are such an important part, but body, and then obviously home, different things that you can do in the home. But I love the fact that you talked about the ingestion piece. A lot of
Mhm.
people talk about that. And here's the biggest issue there are contraindications.
Yep.
You know, these are obviously naturally occurring in nature, but that doesn't mean that they're safe. And you can have toxic reactions because of different prescriptions that
Mhm.
you're on. So I would say if you're, before you do ingest an essential oil, if that's something you're choosing to do, make sure you talk with your doctor first. But obviously diffusing is safe. Obviously using a carrier oil is safe. Obviously utilizing one of Wendy's incredible products with her company would be a safe way to do it. So, you know, we're super like excited and proud that we get to, you know, show people ways to bring wellness home affordably. I love that you talked about the price point. Essential oils can be a part of an overall healthy lifestyle. And I love the fact that Melaleuca just allows us to bring it home affordably.
Yeah, thank you for that, Anne Marie. Yeah, there's just two more things I'd love to mention quickly. So one, my personal, the other all-time favorite is actually rooted by the grounding that you see here. It's down the bottom of the list for 1650. That one is phenomenal. So many of us suffer these days from anxiety. We're always in, you know, hustle and bustle of everyday life. And that one is really a nice woodsy scent that just kind of brings calmness. And I do actually use that in one of the bath bombs called Grounded. And for all the bird lovers and animal lovers out there, a lot of synthetic fragrances, which a lot of other companies do use, it actually can cause health problems, and especially in birds, it can shorten their lifespan. So if you are burning candles or you know, using things with synthetic fragrances, remember that your animals can be affected by that too. And the pure essential oils, for the most part, most of them are quite safe. But again, I'm not a vet. You can do your own research, but these are pure and they're safe for animals as well.
Yeah, I love that. You guys, thank you so much. Just wanted to kind of take you through and show you a little bit about with Melaleuca's site. But any other questions that you guys have about essential oils or where you can source them, make sure you guys reach out to Wendy. Thanks so much for taking the time to be
Thank
here. I
you.
really appreciate it.
And thank you, Anne Marie.